Hey, I hope you're all well. Wanted to put out a video about the recent NAR settlement that happened over the weekend. Getting a lot of text messages, a lot of phone calls, a lot of scarcity, a lot of fear. Listen, I'm not going to my realtor partners. I'm not going to sit and tell you it's going to be okay. This is scary when things change this drastically. I liken this to the Dodd-Frank reform that lenders faced in 2009, 2010. That was scary times. Here's what I know. The professionals will show their value. The professionals will help their clients at all costs. The pros will survive, and I believe thrive on the other side of this. So it might take 2 to 3 years, like it did with Dodd-Frank, to get comfortable, understand the system, see new regulations. Remember, this goes into effect on July. To the consumers, what's changed? Not much, except the sellers do not have to advertise on the MLS and do not have to provide buyer agent compensation. That does not mean that the buyer's agent should not be compensated like a lot of the media is putting out there. They don't understand that you have to coordinate viewing the property, that putting all your trust into the listing agent is giving yourself no buyer representation. I think this is a slap in the face to fair housing. I think the buyer suffers, especially the first time or second time buyer. That's my take on this. Here's what I know. Consumers, you need representation, especially if this is your first few homes, and even if it's your 50th home. Someone that's done this hundreds, if not thousands of times, that's seen it all, that's overcome all the problems, is going to know that better than you. So I invest in a lot of real estate. I do these transactions every day. I will continue to pay my buyer representation the fee needed to have legal, fair, and expert advice and representation. My home that I live in that has doubled in value since 2019, I would not be in that home without my buyer agent, Phil Puma. He door knocked, he hit open houses, he established networks. That property never hit the market. You're not gonna have access to properties that don't hit the market if you don't have a great buyer agent. So buyer's agents, what do you need to change? This is my opinion, and some of my colleagues that are partners with me in my coaching company, who are some of the top agents in the country. You need to have a great buyer intake process. Number one, you need to have a great contract that shows what your commission is and that the buyer is responsible for that if the sellers don't pay it. And I believe you'll need to negotiate both price and your commission when you put in an offer. So that's the changes that I see happening. We'll find out by mid-July and how it impacts lending. There'll be some changes there too, and I will let you know as soon as they become available in our industry. So if you have any questions or comments, I'd love for you to comment below. And if you have any questions, hit us up and give us a call or DM me. Take care, stay strong, and consumers, you need representation.